Welcome to the Konqr Show, episode number 5, and me again with another pair of pants. So we're gonna be talking about the routine. So I'll let Zach start with what is his routine and how important routine is for him and for his lifestyle and for business, and how he thinks this is an added value to his lifestyle and to his life in general.
So first and foremost, welcome to this week's episode. We hope you've been enjoying the last couple weeks. We've been enjoying it.
Enjoying my pants.
And Youssef's pants. We love getting your screenshots of Youssef's pants. It keeps us motivated to buy Youssef new pants. So let's talk about my routine. I don't have one right now, and that's being completely honest with you. I work out every day. That's right now the only thing that I primarily do every single day is I train, whether that be yoga, some sort of HIIT, my functional strength training, which is long as hell, but great. But that's really the only thing that I'm doing every single day. And the reason why is because there's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot changing with my businesses, and I'm kind of still trying to figure out what the best routine is. I don't think a routine is ever perfected. I think it can always be worked on. I think it's something that keeps you accountable, and you kind of work on it as you go and as you grow.
It's a subject to change all the time.
Exactly. It's subject to change in the circumstances of how things are in your life, etc. Now, in the past, I have had very strict routines where I've found extreme productivity, and that is keeping track of time. So I'll set my schedule for the week. And I'll say, I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do this from this at this time. I'm going to literally set a schedule. And that's even like scheduling in my rest, like my chill time at the end of the day. Everything is scheduled in its time every single day. And I did this for like a month straight. My productivity went like through the roof because you allocate time for meetings. You allocate all your meetings get scheduled, and you allocate time for that specific project, whether it be the 3 or 4 companies that I run, the 4 or 5 companies, 6 companies, whatever, how many companies you have that you run. And you give yourself a period of time, whether it be, let's say like 12 to 3, I'm doing Suntech. At 3, you're done. I don't give a shit if you're not done your tasks.
You have to do, yeah.
That means you weren't working productively enough, or
you weren't efficient enough,
or you didn't schedule accordingly. You know, like there are occasions where things come up, and you know, like you gotta go do something that screws up your whole schedule, and you gotta kind of figure it all out. But
yeah, exceptions.
You know, like the exceptions to the fact. There's always exceptions to the fact. But I found out when I was the most productive, and you really set like barriers to like timeline of what you want to work on, and then like you stop that and you go to something else and what your next thing on your list. And I also allocated a good amount of time to just like creative note taking, just like what's on my mind, like ideas and things that I want to do, and just like things that there's no barrier, like taking a piece of paper, you have no restrictions, just write what comes to mind. And I think it's very important to incorporate that into your schedule of just like, forget about everything else is going on. Like a lot goes in your head, a lot goes on in your head that you don't really realize until you like take a piece of paper, take a pen and start writing.
Yeah.
And like things, you get ideas, and it's like so rejuvenating to have the ability to just let go and just think and be creative and what's on your mind.
Yeah, because honestly, for now, I also don't have a routine, but I've been through different routines, and I know how important it is. And as you mentioned, for the productivity, it's crazy. It gets you to another level. And it's also very important because you always, when you work, and especially when you have multiple businesses, you always have something to do. always have something to do.
For sure.
You always can have something done.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a routine that you wake up in the morning, you have your breakfast, you go, and don't tell me that it's stupid and it's small things and it's not at all.
Small things make a big difference.
If you wake up in the morning and you enjoy having a breakfast and you enjoy having your coffee on the balcony or whatever, those are small things, but this changes your mood.
Mindset, everything.
Puts you in the right direction that you're used to it. If you take your vitamins, whatever, you go to work, you're like, I'm at the office from 9 to 5. I don't care what happens in the world. I'm there. Beyond the exceptions, if there's any situation or any problem. But when you're there to 9 to 5, you're at your office. Even if you're lazy and you don't want to work or you're not in the mood today, you will, because you're there. I showered, I'm ready, I went. Yeah. So I have to do something. I'm not just gonna chill on my phone all the time. So the routine puts you in a mindset and puts you in an area that you will be finishing a lot of work that it's not done. And for example, like you mentioned, writing and putting all the notes and putting everything aside. Sometimes you can have a dead season in your business, but you have things to prepare in your business for your season. You have things to do in marketing. You have things this. And you always say, I don't have time. No, you do have the time, but you're not organized. You don't have a routine so you're lazy and you're like, no, today I'm not going to the office. I'll chill. And then you chill. You waste a whole day of like 12, 14, 18 hours doing nothing on your phone, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook. This is not going to go anywhere. You can do it whenever you finish your work. You specialize for yourself an hour, 2, 3, whatever. It depends on the time you have in your daily routine to say, I'll chill on my phone. I'll watch TV. I'll watch a movie. And you have to sleep at a certain time. You have to wake up at a certain time. So you're going to feel much better. And you're going to really feel the difference of being someone who's active, someone who's responsible, someone who's getting a lot of things done. If you just leave it there, you're going to always feel that you're busy and there's a lot to do. But at the end, what you've done is nothing.
Yeah.
It's like 25% of what you should have done during the day.
What you could do if you're
organized.
You were motivated on that aspect. That's why I like the whole allocate a specific period of time.
Yep.
And do that for that specific period of time. And if you have the ability to do this, and when it's done, you're done that and you move on to something else because it keeps you motivated because you know, okay, I have 2.5 hours to work on this. After that, I got other stuff to do. So let's just concentrate 100% on this. And that's what I believe in everything that you do in life. You should do it at your full capacity.
Yep.
And it's a little harder now, okay? So people are home, they're not in the offices. If they work in an office, it's a little bit more of a struggle. What do you think people can do now that everyone's stuck at home and working from home to keep themselves in a routine and to keep themselves motivated? Like for me, some days, yes, it's great to, work in your pajamas and you're working on Zoom and Skype. You don't really need to get fully dressed. But I find that you're in a whole different mindset if you have the same routine as you're going to the office. Get dressed.
Yes,
get dressed up.
You have to.
Don't be in your pajamas. Go take a shower, have your breakfast, get dressed up, move
working.
a little bit, go to your desk and start working.
If you don't do this, you're never going to be as much as productive when you're in the office. Because you're not going to be in the mood and in the mindset of working. And also, this is for all the people that have friends that they live together for 2-3 people, or they're in a couple or whatever. You have to support each other, especially during those times and those days. Don't be a bad influence in a way or another. That you should all be even if you don't have work, go sit on the desk and find something to do, so you don't distract the other person of getting their things done. If the other person is not motivated, motivate them, push them to do it. Go yourself, also shower and you cannot stay. You're not bored of being in pajamas for 6 months at home. You don't want to wear your stuff that you have that you used to wear every day, going out and going this. Wear it. Enjoy yourself. You have to enjoy it anyway. You have to readapt to every situation. You have no choice. Readapt and see, what can I do? What projects can I get involved in? Okay, I'm sitting, I have nothing to do. My work is, Don't be just satisfied by the money that this government is giving you and sitting there and chilling and I don't want to do anything and traveling and taking vacations. You're wasting time. You're wasting time and you're wasting a lot of things that you could achieve in your life. You have projects that you've had on your mind for the past 3-4 years. It's the time now to discover it, learn more about it, go and learn about more stuff interesting. I didn't say don't travel. Travel and enjoy yourself and do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your life. But there's a lot of things that are interested and the things that are going to be, it's a necessity at a time that I think it's the pandemic, as bad as it is,
Gave you a gift of time.
as good as it is at the same time. So it's a good and bad situation, and I think it made a lot of us. I'll speak about myself personally, so I don't want to get involved in anyone else's life or what they feel about it. But to zoom out and to check your life from far and to try to adjust everything that it's not working properly and to put everything back to place and to put your priorities properly and to put your time, your organization, your health, taking care of yourself, and realize a lot of things around you. Realize a lot of people around you that that are spreading negativity are there just because of taking advantage of you in any way. And this is things that are really important that we never saw because you're on the map, but you're inside. When you're
so busy
and you watch the map and you start seeing all the movements that's happening on the map, this is when you realize, this is what I should take care of, and this is what I should do, and this is why I should go there and take care of this and fix this. So we have to use this. It's like a gift.
So like everyone says like time is precious and like time is the most valuable thing in life because you don't get it back.
Yep.
It's gone.
And you don't have that much time.
So that's like what I think is like a gift that came out of this horrible situation.
Yeah.
You're stuck at home, yes, but daily life can get hectic.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're not busy if you're still working. Like thankfully you're still working and working from home, but you have an abundance of time to yourself now to really reflect and really zoom out, like you said, and look at your life from an outside perspective and say like, what can I fix? Because I have time now to actually look at all this stuff when you're in reality, you're usually too busy, like us.
Yeah.
It's something that we mentioned in the first episode. In our daily lives, we were too busy with nightlife, with day life, with this, with that, with the projects, to really look at it from like a very
to even look
objective
at your life.
Like perspective and stop thinking about it from your brain, but think about it from like you're overseeing yourself in your life. What can you change? What can you make better? What can you
achieve more? What can you you remove, and what can you add, and what can you switch? And it's a lot of things that can be done, and a lot of things can be handled. You, for example, now you have more time than the time you had before, and thank God business was doing well during even the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
So you were still busy, but when you have time, your passion is music. You love doing music. You love producing this and that. But you never had the time because when you were working, you were at your office all day, and then at night you were DJing. So you finish at 4 in the morning. You have to be up in 2-3 hours and go and do this and that. So you never had the time, and you were burnt out that you didn't even think. Yeah, you have it in the background of your head, and you're
just
always
so
thinking about it. That you don't have the energy of putting it there. But now you do. You can put 2 hours here, 2 hours there, and at the end you'll do the things that you love. Exactly. And you're gonna, after this, when it comes back, you, after doing this and seeing how amazing it is, you will
make time
for it, and you will adapt it to your life and your style of life. And at this time, you will go back to creating a routine, because you see how important this routine is and how important putting yourself on a system is very important and beneficial and productive, and it's the best thing that you can do for yourself.
It's the most important thing, and there's a lot of quotes about like success and being successful in your life, and it coming down to like planning and being prepared. I'm gonna find that quote before this episode ends, but it's like prepare to succeed or succeed to fail type of thing. And it's like be prepared in your daily life. Prep your day. Go through your schedule for the day, whether it be a day in advance or we have appointments and stuff to deal with, but like we got to do a little bit further in advance. But know what you want to accomplish before that day starts. And then in the morning, whether it be part of your routine, like think about what you want to accomplish today. Like what's your main goal that you want to set for today? And then go through your day and work towards that. Small, big, anything in between, a side project, your main hustle, whatever you want to do. But have a routine. Have something that allows you, that gives you the tools. Set yourself up to have the tools to succeed in what you want to do. Having like an open schedule is, for me, the scariest thing ever.
Yep.
Scariest thing ever. Having nothing on my schedule, whether it be breakfast, whether it be like...
Because you're lost.
It's like, shit, like there's so much to do. I get to the office, I'm lost because there's the marketing stuff I need to work on, there's the administrative stuff I need to work on, there's the finance and the accounting.
And you don't know what to start with. And
there's
you don't
the
know
hiring of the employees I need to do for the spring, and
yeah.
like, it's like nothing's allocated. And this is where I say that I'm working on it to get back into a routine, because you're so much more productive if you said, okay, I'm going to take an hour and do that, an hour and do that, an hour and do that. And this way you work 5 hours on 5 different things, but you work like so relentlessly on that 1 hour of that one topic, because that's all you really have. So you can't dilly-dally and play around and be lazy, because after that 1 hour is done, you're on to something else.
Exactly. I do something very important. I find it very important for me, is that I always put for myself on my notes a list of things to do during the day. For example, tomorrow I have 10 things to do. I put them by priority, and everything that it's not done, I push it to the other day and add on the things and readjust my thing to the priorities and everything. And I keep pushing it. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to do something that it's not really important now, but I know I'll need it in 2 weeks. So when I start seeing it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times on the schedule and it doesn't go away and it's still there, I get angry and I do it.
Yeah.
So you have to always find the ways to put yourself on the right track and to put yourself in the right position so you can handle your I'll say your problems, your disadvantages, whatever. It makes you
accountable.
Exactly. Not getting something done. So how do I make myself realizing, how do I realize that I have to take care of it or I have to do it? So you have to always find yourself the best ways to put it in the right way to yourself to get it done, because you have to get it done. No one is going to get it done for you, and you're the one who's going to lose if it's not done.
And that's the whole thing about being accountable for your own actions.
Yep.
And everything that we talk about like you being the real leader of your own destiny and like anything that you want to do, and like
your own decisions and your
own life. You are in the power of your own life, and why waste it just sitting around doing nothing when everyone has... This is the thing, like everyone has goals, everyone has like things that they want to do but they're too scared to do, or things that they want to do but they don't have the time. Like, yeah, my ass. Some people don't have the time.
Yeah,
Some
but you
people
have to start.
But at least start. Take one step forward. You know what? I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to really write down this plan of what I want to do, and I'm just going to write it down.
Start.
And then it becomes like a piece of paper, visual thing that you have, like, okay, this is actually something that I want to do. And then you start from there, and you, little by little, you grow, and just have a routine to your day and make yourself accountable for things.
I do something also, for me, it's really interesting and it helps me a lot. Whenever I have an idea or I have something on my mind, I just record it while I'm driving, in the metro, whatever, on the street. I get something that it pops in my head and I just start recording it. And I have it recorded. Mm-hmm. After this, you listen to it and start taking notes about what you thought about. It can be something you can do in your running business, an idea that you got by seeing something on the street that you want remember when you need to remember it. So the best thing is that just take your phone and just record a voice memo.
Right away.
On the spot. It's going to take you a couple of seconds and it's done. It's there and you're going to get to it whenever you need to get to it. And it's really important, and it keeps track of things that come up to you while just walking on the street. You see something on the street that triggers something,
an idea
that you've always had, but you've never thought about it this way. But when you saw something similar or something happening, it got there. And this is, for example, when we had the pandemic, I was walking on the streets and I saw small propane barbecue tanks all over the city and all the balconies and everything. And we deal with propane for the heaters. So I'm like, why don't I open a company for propane services at home? Because there's crazy lineups. People are scared because of COVID. No one wants to go out. So let's do something that I deliver your propane tanks to your door, and it's going to be something really cheap that I can compete with the market when you go and fill it up. And I started it, and we got almost to 1,500 clients in 2 months. And without marketing, without anything, but it started moving, and it's like, you always can get this, but you have to do it. I could have got just the idea and said, yeah, it's there. I have an idea. It's smart. Yeah, I find it smart. And then you should start and go with it forward. So to discover if it's worth it, if it's going to work, people, what are going to say on the price, what I get this and this, and try and see how can you adapt and how can you make it work. So an advice for everyone, all the people that you thought about an idea, you have something on your mind, just start doing it. Start taking a step forward. Start going, seeing someone to ask him about this idea, about the opinion, and not your friends, people that can really help you, and people that can really give you advice and can really be an added value to your idea or to your projects that you want to make. And just go with it. For sure. And start it and risk it and learn and fall and this and that, and you're gonna make it one day. But stop being scared and stop hiding behind a wall and say, yeah, I have those ideas. Yeah, but you haven't, then do it. Do something about it.
Exactly. And have the courage, work hard, and it all starts with what you do when you wake up. Set yourself goals, set yourself a routine, whether it be something really, really small like having your morning coffee and reading, or having your morning coffee and looking at the news, or having your morning coffee and like thinking about what you want to do for the day. Something as simple as that. You set yourself up for a successful day. You set yourself up for a productive and effective day. Now, what we want to know is, what are your routines? Write in the comments, things that you do every day, things that help you achieve what you want to achieve, and things that you think make you productive. And
even if you don't have a routine, you can also tell us that you don't have a routine and you would like to have a routine, or how can we help you setting up a routine for yourself. And we'll be very happy to help, and we'll be very happy to be there for you.
Absolutely. And don't forget, thank you so much for watching. We're so happy to have you guys here with us and happy to be building the Konqr community. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, send us a DM, send us a message. And thank you so much for tuning in.
We'll see you in the next episode.
And Youssef will have new pants.
I will.